guys, so let's just go ahead and get on started. All you need is newspaper and regular paper, and you're going to need a jar or a certain container that will fit to your shape to hold your brushes, and then Mod Podge. I got the matte formula just because that's what they had at the dollar store, but gloss is just fine. And then glitter, the type of glitter that you want to use, and then some sort of brush, either a brush or a sponge brush. Also a butter knife to scrape off any labels. Now, just starting off with the one that obviously has the big old label, just start scraping that off as much as you can. This does take a while. I swear it took me like 8 to 10 minutes to take this big old label off. It was like stuck on it like Gorilla Glue, honestly. So just take your time. This is going to be in fast motion, as you can see, because I do not want y'all just watching for 8 whole minutes watching me try to take this bad boy off. So scrape as much as you can, and if you're smart, just go to the dollar store and get one without a label. And just keep on scraping. Alright, so now that we finally got that one done, just take off any labels on the new jar. And thank goodness that this one took literally 2 seconds to take off. It just lifted it up from the corner, so I did not have to go master scraping like the last one. And it's nice and clean and ready to go. Now go ahead and go to a sink and fill up a microwavable cup with water and then put it in the microwave. I went ahead and put it in for about a minute until it was the right amount of heat. And then you're just going to want to pour that water on top of the mason jar where the gooey part is from the label that's left over. Now I poured it on about twice just to make sure that the hot water was really getting in there. And then just getting soap and a sponge using the hard part of the sponge. I'm just going to be really trying to clean that off as much as I can. Then when you think you scrubbed hard enough, just rinse it off and see what you're really working with. I still had some glue in there, so I just went in one more time with the hot water and then started scrubbing again. Now do not be worried if all the goo did not come off. It's okay. It's not a big deal. Once you put the glitter on, you're not really going to be able to tell. And if you can't tell, I couldn't tell, just flip it over to the other side and rinse it off with a paper towel. Make sure it's as dry as it can be because the water will get inside. Now I already went ahead and did 2 of those jars, but I wanted to try something since the last jar was just to be holding my beauty blenders. And I mixed up that pink and gold and it came out to rose gold just like I thought it would. So that's what I'm going to be going with. Now going in with Mod Podge with the sponge, make sure you put it all in there. You're going to be working on the inside. And make sure it's a nice thin layer. You do not want any globs or anything because they will start to chip off and it's not a pretty sight, to be honest. You want everything to be nice and smooth and thin. Now once you got it in there, just pour your glitter in the bottom and then slowly start turning it around. But make sure you get enough glitter everywhere. This is why you have the papers there, so that to catch the glitter. Because the newspaper's good, but you want the paper also to be able to put the glitter back where it belongs. You do not want to waste any glitter. Now just make sure there aren't any blank spots, any glitter missing. And then once you got it done, go ahead and shake the extra glitter off. And look at that gorgeous rose gold. I was so surprised how pretty it was, especially with glitter from the dollar store. I thought I had to go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby, but I didn't. So since I love how this rose gold turned out, I'm going to go ahead and redo those jars. But this is why I said you need regular paper to go ahead and put that glitter back where it belongs. Now with these, since I did go in already from the inside, I'm going to go in from the outside. And it came out exactly the same. I think actually from the outside it looks better, to be honest with you. It is a little bit harder to work with since I did have that glitter on the inside already. And it was kind of wet, but the inside doesn't matter because obviously I'm going for the color from the outside. Now, like I said, go in on a thin layer. And this was a little harder, like I said, so just go in from the top with glitter and then move it on down. But you do want to make sure to saturate it all with glitter. Now with this, you do not want to touch the glitter at all because you will mess it up. So be very careful, and in all honesty, I would actually just go from the inside because it will be easier in the long run with trying to get the glitter everywhere and everything. But since I did go ahead and already did them, I had to redo it all. Now don't forget the bottom part of the jar and make sure to tap it in if you can. I like to tap it in just to make sure that it stayed on there since it is on the outside and the bottom. I did not want the glitter flaking off when I was moving it. Now don't forget to save that glitter, honey. You need it, especially with going in with another jar. Now going in, this is the second jar. You want to make sure to hit the top of that. Now make sure to be going in with a thin layer since this area of the mason jar does have ridges on it. It's easier to glob up. So try your best to make it thin and then literally make that glitter rain on that mason jar and then just shake off the excess. Now I'm just showing y'all what it looks like after I've let it dried overnight. You do want to let them dry at least 4 to 6 hours. And then going in with Mod Podge again, you're literally going to be saturating the crap out of it because you're going in with patting motions. And then once you have the Mod Podge on top, then you can start smoothing it out to make it a thinner layer so it's not so thick and globby. And yeah, there we go. See me showing you. There you go. Work it, girl. Work it. And then I realized I'm dragging the freaking glitter off while I was doing it. So I decided, honey, you need to pat it. Pat it in. Don't drag it in. Watch, see? What? I'm showing you. Okay. Girl, why are you gliding? You're supposed to be patting. Pat. There you go. Okay. Now I'm patting, and then once I have it on there, I'm sliding. Sliding? Gliding. Just try your best to make it a good thick layer at first, and then you're going to be smoothing it out because you do not want to be dragging the glitter everywhere, and you want to keep that glitter in because you do not want any bald spots. Bald spots? Yeah, we'll go with bald spots. And then you can see my little baby. She's trying to help me, looking all so cute. So yeah, just try your best to get it all up in there, and then I'll talk to y'all when we're almost done. Alright, so now that we got all that glitter covered, just make sure that it's a nice even coat, just like what we did with in the beginning with putting it on. Same thing with covering it up. And do not be afraid, it comes out clear. It freaks you out, I know it freaked me out. I was like, oh my gosh, I hope this dries. So it did come out clear, and obviously you could tell in the intro how it all came out. But moving on to the other ones, just make sure, go in with that patting motion again, and then just start swiping it on, gliding, swiping, once you have it nice and even, and just make sure to get everything nice and covered and saturated, if that's the correct word I would like to say. Alright, so you're pretty much done. Everything is nice and covered. Just make sure to really make that an even coat, but only start gliding it around once you have it saturated and everything. And then all you have to do is just wait another 24 hours just to be safe. Mine dried within 6 hours, but I wanted to wait. I didn't want anything to chip off. So this is the finished look. I just let them dry. As you can tell, that's what they look while they are drying, and that's what they look when they are done. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you want me to do any more DIYs, I'd be happy to do so. Just leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.